Beautiful healing session that was very profound spiritual experience. The important step that we took here that I had with Debra had to do with we're able to get into very profound states that prove in an absolute sense the oneness that we share with each other and with that infinitely powerful divine God.
Debra has created a new kind of healing. I had a session with her and it just blew me away. If you ever experience this, there is nothing like it. You can go to Reiki healers, you can go to angel healers, but she takes it to the next level. She goes into a sacred healing room and then she lays down on a healing table. She calls in God in the highest realm. She experiences these beings and God working on her body as a proxy for the client. And I'm talking very specific here. Her body, she kind of offers it up to be the channel of healing. She physically experiences your healing, because I haven't ever seen another healer do that.
I felt this heat all around my body. And then I felt like a vibration. I did not expect to feel what happened to my body. That it felt like I had all these hands underneath me, holding me. And I felt this like heat and then pressure. And then I felt it on my lower back. And it felt like I had hands on me. So I thought, well, something's definitely happening. And then I saw a female surgeon. She had a mask down. And I heard her say, but her lips didn't move. She just had this smile. And she said, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Straight after that, I heard my daughter say, Mum, just trust this. Just be calm. And then I felt my hand being held. And I knew it was her because she just spoke to me. I just couldn't believe what I was experiencing. I had an MRI on my lower back and they said that I had degenerative discs and that 2 discs are bulging to the point that I was having, my husband was like applying a pack to my back every day. I've got banisters and I've got a rail up the side as well. Well, I had to use both to get up the stairs. I can run up the stairs. I just really can't believe it. And my husband keeps saying, how's your back? How's your back? Is your back still okay? Is it still all right? And I'm like, yeah, it's absolutely fine. And he can't believe it because like sees how much pain I'm in every single day. The fact that I've got a physical healing, it makes me realize that when my hand was being held, when I saw my daughter, when I saw that surgeon, this is real because my back is proof that this is real.
I experienced numbness in my right hand that persisted for over 2 months after my COVID shot. Debra performed a mini healing. I felt a warmth flow down my arm. The numbness disappeared and has never returned. Truly a miracle.
I could not function vision-wise on the highway. I went through this healing with you. About 2 weeks before the second appointment, I noticed I'm not having trouble anymore. I went to the new doctor and he said, I've got all of your records here. He said, but I can see you had a lot of problems and it's fine now. I don't know what to say, but I'm all better now and I did not surgically have this fixed. The miracle of my vision will always have me in awe.
When you had a healing meditation, it was like as if you did a scan of our bodies. I just remember you focusing on this middle index finger that is very deformed. It's not painful anymore, but before this healing took place, anytime I would put my finger down on a table, it would hurt. Ever since that time, it's pain-free.
A heal on our daughter Wilhelmina Frankie. CT scans showed that she had a large pocket of necrosed infection that essentially antibiotics intravenously put into her couldn't even kill. To say I was skeptical would be an understatement. How could this person who across the country could, how could they have any impact on what was going on? They performed this spiritual surgery. At that point, what can only be called a miracle occurred. Essentially was a medical mystery, and it was a true miracle what happened. The doctors didn't know how it could have happened, but it did.
Back, I called Debra to do a healing for my mom, who was severely depressed and abusing drugs and alcohol. Within weeks of the healing, she had stopped abusing alcohol and taking drugs, and we have seen a huge improvement in her emotional capability and just dealing with life in general. It was a miracle, and a miracle for our family who had been dealing with this for quite some time. We feel as though we have our mom back, and I can't thank Debra enough for the wonderful human being that she is.
All the people I've met in 77 years as a priest, I've met some good friends, but I've been closer to you and a greater trust in you, trust in finding God in you than anybody I've ever met.
My mom ended up at Walter Reed with a fourth bout of cancer. This time, a brain tumor had been found. We contacted Debra, and she did healing work while my mom was in surgery. When the neurosurgeon called, afterwards, he was shocked, and he said, "We were able to remove the tumor intact, and your mom is cancer-free."
It was when I listened to the recording, and I definitely felt the energy coming through. At first, I just felt very, very peaceful. I started to feel quite sleepy. And what's interesting about that is that I was not feeling at all tired or sleepy before I started to listen to the recording. I felt that there was divine healing energy in your voice, that you were transmitting that kind of energy to me. I got very sleepy, and I was actually drifting in and out of being awake and being asleep. And for me, that was a confirmation that the healing energy was coming through and was being received. It felt personal and personalized. I would say that I felt loved and cared for, both by you as an individual, but also by the divine that was coming through you. Source knew that this was for me. This kind of healing is, to a large extent, beyond the understanding of the logical, analytic brain, but it's not beyond the understanding of the heart. And if you approach it from that level, on a more intuitive basis, then it feels natural, it feels right, and it feels comprehensible. I want to thank you for what you're doing. You're performing a very loving, very important, very valuable, and much needed service to our world at a pivotal time in humanity's evolution. I don't think it's any coincidence that you happen to be here right now.